Hi everyone, today I'm talking about how I pick a stock and a winning stock. As you know, I've kind of got a really good record in the stock market without being a bit big-headed about it. But last year my return was over 100%, and so far this year my return's been pretty good on the stock market already. Without working it out, I would go around that I've got a 40% return on the stock market already this year. So I'm going to kind of go through how I pick my stocks. As always, this is my opinion. Other people have different opinions on how they pick their stock, and you should have your own. Really, you should have your own strategy. But I think it's good to share ideas of people that have really got winning stocks in the stock market, and you can kind of pick and choose things that they use to try and pick a winning stock. So I've got 6 reasons, and I'll talk about. There's a few more. I could go in it for a very long time about this. But I've kind of tried to pick the 6 main reasons why I would pick a stock. Normally how it would work is that I would see a news article about a stock, see someone mention something about this stock, maybe even on a YouTube video a comment might be, oh, check this stock out, and I might go check it out there. So there's always an idea, and then I'd probably go to Yahoo Finance or CNN, and then I'd see the forecast on their website about the stock. And then I'm probably going to read a lot of news articles about that stock, the Q4 or whatever quarter earnings is, and probably like the year report of what's going to be happening in that company. So I quite go into depth about what I'm going to be investing in, but that's kind of the stages. But we talk about how I pick a stock. So first of all, the first thing that I'm going to be seeing is how much is the shares costing. Obviously, Amazon, for example, is 1,500 per share, meaning that I can afford less shares of them. Whereas if I was to go and buy my latest investment, let's say Monster Energy, it's $50 a share. So you're talking that I'm getting a lot more shares for the money that I'm investing in. So I kind of want to know how many shares I will be able to purchase. That's something really important. Number 2, I'm straight going to be going on to the sales. The reason why I'm going to be going on to the sales is because I want to know, is that company increasing their sales, or is the sales decreasing? Obviously, if this company is still increasing sales, that's always a good sign that they're getting more money coming in, more revenue. If a company is losing revenue, there's probably some reason behind that, and I want to know why, and if that's a big sign for a bit of a problem, i.e., let's say Walmart. If I went on and see their sales going down, like why is their sales decreasing so much, and then I'd find out that they're struggling from a lot of competitors that are going into their space, for example. But if I went on to Amazon, if I see sales going up, so they must be doing something right, even if they're not making money. At least the revenue's going up, so something's going right there. So that sales is quite a bit of an important one that can change things straight off. Number 3, this is bigger than this one, because earnings per share is not a massive thing, but obviously it would be nice to see a good earnings per share increase. Both of these I'm kind of looking for double digits growth, which means that from last year, so let's say 2007 to 2018, and more than likely I'm looking at 2018 to 2019, I'm looking for a 10% increase of their revenue and their EPS. That's something I look for in a company, just to know there's a strong growth still in that company. Number 4, price to earnings, PE ratios, and forward PEs. I've not put that down there. A good thing to know if a stock is overvalued and people are being buying on emotion is if the PE is quite high. Potentially there is a few companies that I would buy that would have a very high PE for some reason. I think Netflix is sitting at a quite high PE. I think that's at 250 PE that Netflix is on. So Netflix is kind of a little bit of an exception that I'd probably purchase in. But yeah, a low PE would be ideally what I'm looking for. Right now I kind of look around probably below 30, but because of the market that we're in, 40 or 50 could be considered. Number 5, balance sheets. So I've kind of gone through all this. A balance sheet would be very important next, because the next thing I'm looking for is, has a company got a lot of money sitting about if it's going to get into trouble? If fine for something? Are they easily going to play it? And as well as that, I want to see if they're actually making a lot of money from their sales. For example, a company that's about IPO, Spotify, they have like, I think it's 5 billion revenue. They actually make no profit from that. So it's like, well, that's not good that you're making all that money and you're not actually making any profit from it. So I'm going to make sure they're actually making money from the sales, and I'm going to make sure that they can make sure they pay any debts if they have any. And the last one is past performance. Realistically, I would not buy any stocks at their all-time high, because more than likely they're going to have a decrease at some point. I'd be looking to get into a stock, probably have to at least a 5% dip, and then I'd get into a stock. But more than likely I would wait for a nice big dip, probably around $10, $15 or 10% drop off their price, and then I would get in there and then sell higher up. So always buy low, sell high is what I do. Examples so far, I've got Netflix and I sold that for profit after it dipped, which has gone a crazy high since. Apple, bought low, sold high. It's actually gone below back where I sold it, which is really good. Arista Networks was down 20%. That's nearly at my target, so that's nearly sold for profit. Another stock so far this year, which I've done this on, is Adobe. So I've got 4 stocks just this year that was work for me doing this. So guys, let me know if you have any other things that you would add on to here, and I'll see you on the next video.